Riot did it once again. They take a successful concept, make their own version of it, and scale it into a global hit. League of Legends came from a Warcraft 3 mod, TFT was born out of Auto Chess, another Dota mod, Valorant took Counter-Strike and added hero abilities, and they have an MMO in the pipeline. And now they're taking a shot at fighting games with 2xKO. They're like a squid extending their tentacles in a bunch of different genres to get a piece of the pie. As with the other games they got inspired from, they also add a little bit of innovation to the mix. 2xKO is not only an assist-based 2D fighting game, this game's gimmick is that it lets two players control one team in a 2v2 format. That's something we haven't seen in years. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the game in general, how it plays, and what my first impressions were. At the end I'm going to append a set or two of my games if you're just curious how it looks. With that out of the way, I'm not very good at fighting games, but I do like playing them. So 2xKO is a 2D assist-based fighter, where you call other characters to aid you or switch with you during the fight, like in DB Fighters or Marvel vs. Capcom. I tried finding people to play duos with, but that has been tough. My friends weren't in the beta and random invites rarely worked. Hopefully a proper 2v2 matchmaking queue gets added later. During the beta when I was filming this, they also brought out a ranked queue that matches you with either another solo player or a duo. I'm not sure who's in the advantage here, my gut feeling tells me that the duo has a disadvantage there, since they have to coordinate and communicate with each other. In the beta we had 9 characters playable, on release day October 7 is going to be 10, all known from League of Legends. I'm sure they're not going to run out of possible characters to port over to the game if it does well. I heard that they want to release 5 new characters per year after release, so I'm not worried about the relatively small roster in comparison to other games. I think that just makes it easier to balance and new additions will probably be more polished and refined. I spent most of my time playing on Illaoi, a slow heavy setup character, and Yasuo, which felt more agile and responsive to me. After the tutorial they put you in a little lobby with your avatar, like in Street Fighter 6 or Guilty Gear, where you can run around, find matches and just hang out. Gameplay was very smooth, the buttons feel good, the netcode feels good, the animations, stages and characters are all beautiful. I was a little surprised that the game does not put a lot of emphasis on movement tech skill like more traditional fighting games in this space. They give you a button you can mash for easy backdashes, your special moves are accessed by shoulder buttons, there's no instant air dashes for example, no tight timings, and all in all the mechanics and combo system seem to be on the simpler side. They really take out a lot of the friction for newer players. Like with their other games, Riot isn't reinventing the wheel, they're just sanding down the friction points so more players can jump in. This is not necessarily a bad thing, it just means that the less other stuff you have to focus on, the more you can focus on your fundamentals and executing correctly. The game has a light, medium, heavy punch system, where light combos flow into medium, which flow into heavy, but not the other way around. You use assists to extend your combos or get in the first place, and supers to finish. Special attacks are a simple shoulder button press instead of some crazy combination, as already mentioned. That's not to say that some characters will undoubtedly have a high skill ceiling. Yasuo seems to be one of those, and I saw that Vi also has electrics, which means they use a stronger version of a move if the input was frame perfect. We're already seeing cracked players doing crazy stuff with the game. I haven't looked at the lab too in depth yet, but from what I can see it's pretty solid. There's a bunch of settings to play with, you can show hurt boxes, frame data, switch around characters and so on. I'm not sure if they're gonna implement it, but I would like to see an option to find ranked matches out of the lab instead of being forced to use the lobby and walk to the arcade machine. Also unrelated, but I found it annoying that when you go look at a character, you're forced to watch or skip their little intro animation before you can get to where you actually want to be. So far playing it was a lot of fun, and I'm very curious to see how it will develop once full release hits. After being placed in my rank, every game after I would still only see the placement screen, so there's still a couple things to fix and it could be more polished, but since this was a closed beta and we're only now moving into early access, that is to be expected. I think it's gonna be a big competitor in the fighting game space just because Riot's so huge, and because of the new 2v2 system that we haven't seen in recent times. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of content to come for this game. I do think that some of the combos take maybe a little bit too long. Feels pretty bad if you get hit once by a random hit and then you have to sit there for the next 25 seconds while you get juggled to Narnia. But Riot has proven before that when they adopt a genre they go all in. And if they treat this game the way they treat League, TFT or Valorant, 2xKO could be a massive shakeup for the fighting game scene. That's it for my impressions of 2xKO. I'll leave you with some Illaoi and Yasuo sets so you can see how it actually plays. If you like this kind of review, consider subscribing. I post a new one every once in a while. Good luck.
Take is good.
It's gone. Gone.
Wound you! Face the wind!
Ready! Let's go!
Surprise!
In motion! Stand down.
No, you don't.
Face the wind! In motion! Face the wind!
Feel this.
Face the wind!
Unleashed.
Face the wind!
Unleashed. Bounce.
KO! Unforgivable skill! Yasuo wins! Ready! Let's go! What do you got? All day!
Mess with Ram, you
Knockout! Ripping victory with a fist of pure will. Ready! Let's go!
Unleashed! Heart on fire! In motion! Unleashed! Now get back!
Stand down.
Heart on fire!
What do you got? All day! Good enough. Body.
No, you don't. In motion! Surprise!
Knuckle up.
On weakness!
KO! Ready! Let's go!
Now get to feel this! Unleashed! Feel this!
What do you got? All day! All in! Knockout! One more! Ripping victory with a fist of pure will.